the ideal woman boobs. He wrote that women's breasts should be
slightly prominent, with moderate swelling, restrained and not compressed, slightly bound but not allowed to swing freely.
Oh, it's awkward. It's awkward. It's awkward.
Is the pursuit of beauty truly a woman's choice, or is it driven by consumerism? Is buying beauty products a freedom choice or a direct result of market manipulation? And who defines what female beauty is? In this video, we'll answer these questions by going through the history of modern beauty. I'd love to hear your opinion too, so feel free to drop a comment and join the conversation. Think back to our childhood. As little girls, what did we grow up with? Fairy tales, right? Notice how positive female characters are always described as beautiful or pretty, and the villains are the ugly witches or the fat sisters. Without realizing it, we start linking beauty with goodness and ugliness with evil. Now fast forward to our teen years and adulthood. Every movie and TV shows continue to reinforce the idea that becoming beautiful is good. Take The Devil Wears Prada. Anne Hathaway started off looking like she got dressed in the dark. But once she gets a makeover, suddenly she's confident and respected. Or Ugly Betty. Apparently, all you need to succeed in life is a pair of tweezers and some contact lenses. My personal favorite is The Princess Diaries. Why? The message is very clear. You are nobody until you're pretty. Once Anne Hathaway gets her princess makeover, boom! Instant confidence, leadership skills, and a country to rule. These narratives subtly equate becoming beautiful with becoming successful, confident, and worthy of respect. They send a message that improving your appearance is the only key to improving your life. Remember the famous quote? There are no ugly women, only lazy ones. Great! He turns beauty into a moral value and a symbol of power and capability. It's like, hey ladies, if you're not spending 3 hours on your makeup every morning, you're basically committing a crime against humanity. But here's the thing. Has anyone stopped to question why we believe this? Our society has created a system where beauty is not just about aesthetics, but about worth. We have internalized the idea that investing in our appearance is investing in our future, our success, and our happiness. But is this true? Well, if you're a little fairy in Disney movie, then the answer is yes.
Oh, how exciting!
First, let's think about who defines beauty. What do we usually see as beautiful in women? Long hair, long legs, and S-shaped curved body, right? Blazing out the billboards. We are constantly bombarded with these images in ads, movies, and even literature. Evolutionary psychology suggests that these traits signal youth, health, and fertility. The theory goes that men who preferred these traits had a better chance of successful reproduction, and these preferences were passed down through generations. But here's where it gets really interesting. Throughout history, it's been the boys' club portraying and defining beauty for the ladies. Picture this. It's the 12th century, and some dude named Hugo.
Theologian Hugues de Fouillet.
This guy had the audacity to describe the ideal woman boobs. He wrote that women's breasts should be
slightly prominent, with moderate swelling, restrained and not compressed, slightly bound but not allowed to swing freely.
Oh, it's awkward. It's awkward. It's awkward.
This description influenced beauty standards for centuries. During the Renaissance, artists like
Leonardo da Vinci,
Michelangelo
created idealized depictions of female body that became the standard for future artists. In the 19th century, writers like
Balzac, Flaubert
described the ideal women in their novels. Slender figures, smooth skins, symmetrical features. Throughout history, the definition of female beauty has been predominantly shaped by male perspectives, as evidenced in art, literature, and media. This isn't just about personal taste in appearance, it's a reflection of power dynamics deeply rooted in our society. This leads us to an important concept, the male gaze. The term gaze in social and cultural theory, introduced by French philosopher
Jacques Lacan
and later expanded by feminist scholars, refers to the power relationship inherent in the act of looking and being looked at. In gender studies, the male gaze describes how women are objectified and sexualized from a male's perspective in media such as film, advertisement, and fashion. This gaze is not just about the literal act of men watching women. It reflects a deeply ingrained gender power dynamic within cultural and social structures. Through this gaze, women are positioned as a passive object to be viewed, while men are the active subjects who view. Women's body and images are commodified and sexualized, becoming tools for male visual pleasure. And you know what's really messed up? We have internalized this male gaze so much that we can't even take a selfie without thinking, would Brad from accounting swipe right on this? This gaze is pervasive in media and internalized by women through cultural and socialization process, teaching them to view themselves from a male's perspective. British art critic John Berger in his book Ways of Seeing wrote, "Men act and women appear. Men look at women watch themselves being looked at. This determines not only most relationships between men and women, but also the relationship of women to themselves. The surveyor of women in herself is male, the surveyed female." This internalization leads to what we call self-surveillance. Women constantly monitor their appearance, behavior, and self-expression, considering how others might perceive them. But here's the real tea. This obsession with looks isn't just about vanity. It's a sneaky way to keep us busy and distracted. While we are worrying about our thigh gap, we are not focusing on smashing that glass ceiling or running for the office. Instead, we're buying the latest anti-aging cream instead of investing in our education, or spending hours doing the hair instead of starting the side hustle we've always dreamed of. It creates barriers and pressure for women pursuing personal growth. Society uses the gaze to uphold traditional gender roles, pushing women to chase socially accepted beauty standards. This distracts them from other important areas, helping maintain existing power structures in society. The beauty industry capitalizes on these insecurities. They create and exaggerate problems with women's bodies, then offer products as solutions. The beauty, fashion, and media industry continuously reinforce and promote these beauty standards through advertising and promotion, making women part of the capitalist machine in their pursuit of beauty. Italian author Maura Gassitano in her book, The Prison of Beauty mentions, advertising is the process of manufacturing glamour. It creates charm, envy, and a sense of style, making viewers desire and envy what they see. Merchants create an illusion that by buying a product, one can achieve that look. So, ladies, next time you're about to spend your rent money on some miracle cream that promised to make you look like JLo's young sister, ask yourself, is this really for me, or am I just trying to impress Mike from the gym?
Wow.
The book highlights how magazines and doctors use cellulite to scare women. Cellulite, as we know, is lump skin due to fat deposits. In the early 20th century, the beauty industry portrayed it as the enemy of female body. During World War II, with food rationing, stigmatizing obesity was impractical, but they still need to make money, right? Cellulite was perfect because it affected both overweight and sleeping women. Doctors and beauty experts called it toxic weight and claimed health risks, highlighting a woman's fears. As panic spread, a flood of cellulite treatment hit the market, convincing women they needed to buy them. This pressure made cellulite a problem to be fixed, leading to widespread anxiety and dissatisfaction. Fast forward to today, and we are still falling for it, considering skincare with various whitening, spot removal, and acne products being heavily advertised, exaggerating skin issues and making women anxious about minor imperfections. Now the question is, why can't we stop caring? Here, I'm going to introduce a sociological concept, invisible oppression. This term describes pressure or limitations on individual or group behavior, choices, and development not through explicit legal provisions or direct coercion, but through social culture, customs, implicit expectations, or intangible structures and systems. It's like peer pressure, but for grown-ups, and instead of your friends egging you on, it's society whispering.
I can see her paws!
The pursuit of beauty is not an individual behavior, but a norm deeply rooted in our society and history. As members of a society, we can hardly stand apart. As women, we need to learn to critically view these messages, recognizing the commercial interests and gender power structures behind them to reduce their negative impact on ourselves. Instead of contouring our faces, let's contour our lives. Remember, ladies, next time you're tempted to buy that overpriced miracle cream, ask yourself, is this really for me, or I'm just trying to impress Brett from accounting?
It's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
Let's focus on a real glow up, nurturing our whole being, our emotions, minds, spirits, and overall well-being. We can break free from society expectation and find our inner strength.